Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wrestling is Awesome. I'm your host for the show, and if you're a fan of WWE, you are in the right place. We're going to cover all the action from the last week of WWE Raw and SmackDown, and we're going to comment, give our thoughts. We are here every single week to do a live show around 8:30, 8:45. You know, we have other commitments and sometimes we have to shuffle things around. But within that 15-minute window, we will be here every single Tuesday. That episode will then be recorded. So anybody who participates in the show and anywhere in the comments, we will obviously be part of the show. And then that will go out to our audio platforms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your audio podcast. And joining me for today's show, we have Neil the Real Deal. Welcome back, Neil. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good. Your absence was felt, my friend, and so it's good to see you back. Alex, you're not now my left and right hand man. You can just go back to being one. Welcome back.
I have one hand as your right hand and the other hand on pancakes,
Nice.
which is why I turned up at my computer screen 3-0. It is flour, eggs, and milk. If you buy a pancake mix, you are a disgrace. Yes, I make the best pancakes, and I had lemon and sugar in one, and I had pistachio cream in the other, and yes, that is how you do pancakes.
Okay. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, and we had to talk about wrestling as well. Stuff happened. Who's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the
box? Lee is also with us. How you doing, Lee?
I'm good. I'm here for Pancakes is Awesome podcast. Nah, I'm good. Looking forward to talking wrestling. My initial thoughts on this weekend's shows has been, to quote Charles Dickens, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Not.
I feel you.
Which one was which?
What are you talking about? And also, I love how he's gone from HR in a suit and tie to now just has his chest out on display. This has got to be worth a disciplinary.
Dress down Tuesday.
Exactly. Well, look, he's got the arms covered for you this week, Alex. So you know, it's the small wins. It's the small wins.
And I might be a little bit quieter tonight than usual because I've just been told by my wife. Remember, Isla is still awake, and she's in my 7-year-old in that room behind her. So.
Yeah. Zach's right next door as well, so I am on the same boat. Right, so I need to try and figure out where do I find my live on Instagram, because I want to find the chat, and I'm sure I found it previously, and now I have no idea where to look. So if anybody can help me on that, that'd be much appreciated, because if anyone's commenting on Instagram, I don't know about it. Right, gents, let's dive straight into it. Probably for me, one of the shocks of the week was the main event of Raw, where we had the triple threat. We had Javon Evans, Gunther, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And Javon Evans takes the win, and he's going to Elimination Chamber. Neil, did you see that coming?
I didn't. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I genuinely thought it was actually going to be Dom going through.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought I just, looking at the chamber, I was just like, who's going to be your guy who's in there, who, like, whatever powerhouse you put in there, who's going to be the guy who winds up, like, cornered by this powerhouse? Think like when Austin Theory got cornered by Brock. So I was like, Dom is the best character wrestler in there. It's got to be him, right? And then like you'll do like the last chance saloon where Gunter will get in that way.
Yeah. Alex, what were your thoughts?
I shook my head at this match as I saw who the lineup was, thinking it's just the Rhea Ripley match where it's going to be a good match, but ultimately Gunther was going to take it. And I was so happy that they let Javon Evans take it, because I was sat there watching the match thinking, I want Javon Evans in the chamber. Yeah. He's obviously not going to win, but he will do some crazy stuff. We're going to get an OG cutter off the top of one of the cages, which is going to be insane, and I can't wait for it. Because I keep forgetting he's 6'5" and less than 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's a tall lad.
But I weigh more than 200 pounds.
Didn't.
It's like, and I can't do that kind of stuff. And I generally consider myself quite agile. But yeah, no, I think Javon is brilliant because I was watching him intently. He doesn't make mistakes. He hits every single move absolutely perfectly every single time.
Yeah.
And that's quite rare from the new blood because he's only like 21, 22 years old or something. And to be that sharp is impressive. Some of the top guys in the company aren't that sharp.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
do you
no.
know what? I saw something online where they were talking about Javon Evans. They were comparing him to other superstars of that ilk who were getting such a kind of spotlight put on them at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, I think the three people who came up the most were Brock Lesnar, The Rock, and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And you think about it, who came in who were like early 20s and were just like, the company said, you know what?
But hang on, but let's remember early 20s Rock got Die Rocky Die.
Well, that's the thing. He got Die Rocky Die.
He did recover thanks to the nation.
He recovered and became who we all know him as today.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you remove him, you look at Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, who were literally both the youngest world heavyweight champion, or the youngest world champion in the company until the other one took their spot.
Yeah, I can't believe Brock was as young as he was when he came in. I just don't understand how a 20-odd-year-old looks. It can be that developed. It's insane. It just shows that the genetics are crazy, and you can see how crazy the genetics are if you look at his daughter.
He lives on a farm.
Yeah, it's true. Chopping wood.
He lived.
Yeah.
Like I don't care where they bill him and say he's from. He grew up in Smallville.
Yeah. Lee, was this an opportunity for Dom? Is it not? I would have liked to see him in the chamber.
I would have liked to see Dom in the chamber. Yeah, I thought that would have been. If it wasn't Gunther, I would have preferred Dom to have won. Javon's annoying me. I want to dislike Javon, and yeah, I'm still on the fence. On the fence. I think he'll be boring in a year. I don't think we'll be as excited to watch him.
I think you'll be boring in a year. Shut up, Gary.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what I think. You're not completely wrong when you say he'll be boring in a year. I don't think he will be boring in a year if one thing takes place. If you truly develop him and you give him true character.
Yeah.
Because at present moment, he's excellent in the ring and new.
He's also very likable.
Right? Yeah, he's very likable. But there's going to be a point in time where you're going to have to put him against someone who is even more likable. Like, I mean, let's hold our hands up. He's not winning the chamber. But the thing is, eventually there will be a match type, whether it's a chamber or a Money in the Bank or something that he will win. And the likelihood is when he has to face a champion, it's going to be somebody like a Gunther, somebody like a Roman, somebody like a Punk, somebody like a Seth.
Yeah.
When he's up against that caliber of individual, are they going to give him enough? Is he going to have enough when he's in the ring, when he has to just talk and be on the promos and doing all of that? Because there are a lot of people who are great promos, terrible in the ring, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
it's like, but the thing is, it's like, I think he's likable. Like Hugger Bailey was likable, and then that everyone called for a Hugger Bailey. Eventually, she was Hugger Bailey for a very long time.
Yeah,
and eventually a change got called for. And everybody wants her to go back to Hugger Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
I still prefer Hugger Bailey to the Bailey we have now.
Yeah, she's a weird one at the moment.
Yeah, because I love Bailey as an in-ring performer. I think she's one of the best out there. But her character's just a little bit in the middle of nowhere. They seem to have stopped this bipolar character, which I was quite enjoying, but they seem to have stopped it.
Yeah,
which is weird. Which is, of all the things people criticize Triple H for, he usually see stories through to the end. I mean,
true.
that one kind of got dropped and lost a little bit, which is a shame. And Lyra seems to have disappeared as well. But no, the reason I don't agree with the Dom going through is Dom is the Intercontinental Champion. if you have a mid-card title, you should not, if you had any other title, including tag team titles, you should not be in a match to be in the main event of WrestleMania because you should be defending your other title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. Rhea shouldn't be in the match. Jey Uso shouldn't be in the match. Io Sky shouldn't be in the match. I don't get it. Dominic shouldn't be in the, I mean, he's not, fortunately, but I don't get it. I don't get why they have to be involved in these matches. We don't need them. There are other stars like Royce Keys. Obviously, he's not going to win, but where's Royce Keys?
Who?
Exactly. He turned up at the Rumble, and I've heard lots of good things about this guy. It's been 3 weeks.
He's going to show up on NXT, I think. I think that's what's going to happen. So, yeah.
But he hasn't shown up there either. It's 3 weeks, and we don't know where the guy is.
It's true. It's true.
And Obra's still milling about, deciding what he's going to do this fucking contract.
Maybe he's the guy. Maybe he's the guy attacking the Vision.
Has to hold his breath for quite a while to fit into that jumpsuit.
Right, let's move on. Let's talk about the other one that we were a little bit unsure about how it may pan out was Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn. So Cody Rhodes was victorious. What happened there? Because I don't think really many of us expected that, right?
WWE couldn't pull the trigger on not having Cody involved. They had the absolute perfect opportunity. I thought, when as soon as Drew was bigging up Sammy, I was like, oh, they're going to get Sammy through by Drew screwing it. And it nearly happened. And then Cody kicks out. I didn't realize, I was outside fixing my go-kart watching this. And while this was going on, I was watching and I saw the Claymore, and then I saw the Haluva kick, and then I looked away, and I assumed they were celebrating, and Drew just went back to beat him up, and then the match continued. I'm like, why hasn't this given us the payoff that would have been absolutely perfect? And they ruined it.
It's a multi-man match. I think it's because it's going to be a multi-man.
Oh, it is going to be a multi-man match, but they could have got it a different way and completely screwed Drew and Jake.
But I think for me personally,
Sammy and
I think
Jacob,
what
sorry.
it is by doing it this way, when you eventually screw Cody out of winning, because that's essentially what's going to happen, right? Is regardless who wins, Cody has to get screwed. Cody will be the last person to get pinned or something, but he is going to get screwed.
No, right? Cody's going to win the chamber now.
I agree with Neil. Sorry, I agree with Alex.
No,
Alex,
Cody's going to win the chamber. He's not going to win the title at Mania, and I think Jacob's going to win the title, but Cody's going to win. That's the whole thing. I think it's killed the chamber because it just means Cody's going to win.
That's how I feel a little bit. Yeah. Chris in the chat, he's also said I can see Cody winning. He also said I don't think Dom's wrestling style is the type of heel gimmick suits being in the chamber. Yeah, that's fair. But I would have had him, basically lucking out to be the last one out of the pod or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the way that you kind of deliver it.
And he could hide on top of a pod.
Yeah, just keep climbing and escaping.
Exactly it. I would have a moment in time when everyone is in the match, have no one get pinned before every single person is out of those pods, and then have a massive brawl going on. Everyone's attacking everyone, and then Dom just slithers out, and then he just climbs on top and just hides.
Yeah.
And then it'll be something like Javon Evans climbs up to the top to jump off and do his OG cutter from the top, and he'll look and he'll see Dom, and then everyone will realize Dom's in there, and they'll be like,
yeah.
However, there is a sick part of me that would love to see Dom with the world title, the AAA title, the boxing title. I know I contradict everything I just said before, but it would be really funny.
I don't disagree.
I don't think wrestling fans understand how much they need. Not want, not desire, but need. Dirty Dom, your world heavyweight champion, or your WWE undisputed champion, just waltzing around the ring.
No, do you know what
Be the next Money in the Bank winner.
6 to 8 months
So
of champion, and I need him to beat people he has no business beating.
Yeah.
I need a win against Roman. I need a win against Seth. I need him to beat Bron Breakker.
No,
And it's-
no. You know what you do?
He's kind of. I need him to. You know what? I need him to beat Gunter.
No, do you know what we do? Is we eventually end up with Dom winning Money in the Bank, and then Finn wins the title, and then Dom cashes in straight away.
I like that. I like that a
That
lot.
would be amazing.
Right.
The only thing I would love.
Go on, Neil. Final thoughts.
The only thing I would love more. And when I say it, you're gonna think I'm crazy because of. Well, you'll see. The only thing I would love more is Obafemi as world heavyweight champion and Dom as Money in the Bank winner. And every single time Dom goes to cash in, Oba just looks at him and he's like, this okay, and just backs out. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't just go after him. He just looks at him and he's like, I don't want it. I'm good.
Right. Let's talk about the women's elimination chamber matches. So we had Alexa Bliss and Julia Gulia and Zelina. And yeah, I think Julia was probably the only one I thought may sneak into this one. But again, as US champion, unlikely. Alexa Bliss was kind of predicted. And yeah, her Galentine, Charlotte Flair, accompanied by the ring, celebrated with her.
Can someone explain Galentine to me? I don't understand.
It's like the day before Valentine's, so it's girls.
It's Valentine's
friends.
Day. It's
Is it still Valentine's Day? But it's for girls,
girls,
friends.
girls friends.
Yeah, and that outfit that Charlotte was wearing, by the way.
That was
But-
Valentine's outfit.
Yeah, it wasn't a Valentine's outfit, but Alexa Bliss, I think that was the right call, right?
Wrong.
Yeah, I mean it was.
Yeah, we need it. You shut up, Lee. We're not having fun tonight. Stop it. No,
Oh.
Alexa Bliss, yes, because Alexa Bliss is such a versatile character, such a good performer. She can be in any match. She doesn't actually have to win, and it doesn't affect her. So she can be in there, elevate a match, not win because she's not going to win because Rhea Ripley is probably going to win. And then we're going to go forward. And it's like, by the way, all the talk about Bianca, apparently it's not a finger break that Bianca had. She broke a knuckle. And she's actually gone in for another operation on her knuckle, so she's not coming back anytime soon.
Right. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, yeah, actually, Lee, let's hear your thoughts. You said no to Alexa Bliss. What's going on?
Absolutely not. There's one person from that tag team that should be in that chamber match, and that is Charlotte. Continuing on with Alexa gets chucked out of the Royal Rumble at courtesy of Charlotte. Charlotte's then in the chamber, and Alexa's not made it there. It starts to.
But is Charlotte going to
Build.
pin? Is Alexa going to pin Charlotte in the chamber? Because Charlotte's going to qualify a match next week, so they could both end up in there. Actually, can you believe this? Charlotte Flair's never been in an elimination chamber match.
She's too awesome.
Because she's always the champion.
She's always a champion or a fighting.
Be the champion, or she's either the champion or she's injured.
Or she's won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I know that this is going to go completely against Alex's mid-card champions being in this type of match, but Gulia needs to be in that chamber. She would have been fantastic.
Again,
would
you forget
fresh
she's
up-
the mid-card title because at the moment they're not defending their titles, and it's peeing me off that titles they did such a good job elevating the US title, elevating the IC title when Gunther had it. Seth was a great world champion, and the way and Roman had a unique way of looking after of elevating that title. There is not a single title I actually care about at the moment. I care more about the feuds than what they're actually fighting for. The actual only title I actually care about is the WWE Championship, and that's because it's on Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Two Scottish champions at the moment with Drew and Joe Hendry. But it's.
I'm on Finn. Make it a trifecta. Make
Yeah,
it a
I just-
nice little British Isles.
With these mid titles, again, I understand them not being able to do the 30-day thing because the amount of titles they have and trying to get more shows, but that's what you can put on the weekly shows because we've seen titles be won and lost on the weekly shows. And if you have those titles so often, those type of matches, you're even more going to be invested because you think it could happen at any time. Where previous is like, oh, you never drop a title on a weekly show, but it happens. And Yeah, we should be having that. I mean, when was the last time Dom defended his title?
He has been injured for a long time. Not that I'm defending the fact that he hasn't defended. And yes, they should lose their title. But for me, the biggest pain in the ass for not defending their titles are the 2 women's world titles. There is no reason that either of them shouldn't have been defending their titles, especially Jade Cargill, because she's fit, ready to go. She's doing really well. Her match with Jordan Grace was actually really good. I enjoyed that match, and she can go.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I
Becky's
don't-
done it a few times with the Intercontinental with Maxine and stuff like that. So,
And we've got a good program between her and AJ as well.
Okay. Let's come on to that because I was going to speak about that later, but let's move on to the AJ Lee and Becky promo. Again, I'm not feeling this feud at all. I didn't like that. I didn't like the segment at all. I'm finding this real weird, jittery Becky thing. Just it's like so overacting. It's like she went onto the set of Happy Gilmore 2 and thought, right, that's how I do it. You know, and it's just like, no, it's too much. I know there's this quirk to her character, but I'm not feeling the chemistry between these two at all. Previously, when they had the feud with Punk and Seth Rollins as a foursome, it was working great. I just last week I didn't feel it, and this week I didn't feel it.
But the mouthpieces were very different. You think about it, because obviously, look, CM Punk, regardless of my feelings towards him, CM Punk is one of the best talkers there is. So him in a feud, and obviously Becky also in a feud. Becky has the ability to play off anyone, but you have to give her something to play off of. And it's not being disrespectful, but I don't think AJ Lee has given her anything to play off of. AJ Lee doesn't have the mic skills, but because of the love and appreciation for who she was prior to her leaving, that is what's carrying fan favor. And it's sort of like it's like the desire to see her as champion isn't because it's like, oh great, it's someone who's like a dominant or going to be a great champion and do great things with it. It's I like her because I remember her from back in the day, and because we lost CM Punk, we lost her eventually, and because we got CM Punk back, now we can have her back. I want her as a champion because he's champion. I want to see that both of them as champion at the same time in the ring, you know, what they had when they had Seth and Becky as champion. And I just think it's not going to work the same way.
See, I have a hole in that because I didn't know AJ at all before she came back. So I have no recollection of it. And what I like about what is going on between Becky and AJ at the moment is AJ is being psychological. She is picking at the fragile state of mind that is currently Becky's character, which again I really like because she's like a bit crazy and a bit mad and a bit eccentric, and I think she's like on the verge of a nervous breakdown, which I like. And AJ is just poking it and poking it and poking it, and I think that's what we need. It's a little bit different. It's different to every other promo we've got at the moment, which is I'm just going to beat you up. Which is what every other promo is at the moment. This is a little bit more psychological and trying to break her down and those kind of things, which I really, really like. And what was interesting, and again, I'm no AJ Lee fan because obviously I've only known her for the few months that she's been back. She's not going anywhere. She made it very clear she wants to go and fight a whole bunch of different people. She wants to have a title reign. She wants to try. She mentioned a whole bunch of names, which I didn't write down and I really should have, but she wrote down a whole bunch of names. And Becky and not Becky, Bailey and Lyra, Kabuki, Stephanie and Liv and the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea and Io, you know, and I sat there and thought they are all matches I'd like to see. So I'm quite enjoying where this is going to go because I don't actually know what's going to happen. I think AJ's going to end up with a title, but I don't quite know where it's going to go.
This isn't the AJ Lee I remember from back in the day. AJ Lee was a bit of a she-devil with the men. She was a bit of a she had a big badass bodyguard. She was a dominant force in the diva. She wasn't this psychological
E as her bodyguard.
She did, didn't she? And then Tamina was stomping around with her. She walked through the Divas division. She was this sort of like,
But she addressed that. She addressed that. She said, when I was here before, we had a big pink butterfly title and it was different.
I think
And that's what she was getting at. And she's older now.
This might explain why you're enjoying her more than perhaps me and Neil are, because we remember.
I remember the love triangle between Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and
God, do you remember when Kane was involved as well? She was
like, oh, she kissed
snogging
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah. Wow.
Kane is a stud.
Right, let's move on because they bore me. Right, who was the other one? So we had Asuka versus Bailey versus Natty in the last of the qualifiers. And yeah, this one again, probably a little bit of a surprise. Would have thought that Bailey was going to go through, but Asuka prevailed.
I thought it was going to be Natty.
Really? Nah, I thought someone was going to cost her in the match. I thought Maxine was going to come out in the match rather than attack her afterwards. So that was more surprising.
No, because I thought what would happen. You've allowed her to embrace this new gimmick. Stick her in the chamber, and have her dominate the three women. The three women you don't care about, have her dominate them. The three women you care about the least, who you're like, yeah, you can piss off. Have her in there and just rip them to shreds. Because there's no way you're gonna have Natty versus Maxine at the chamber.
No.
So it's like, it's a match that can happen at any time. So that match is not really necessary. So why waste this new gimmick you've given her?
They've wasted it in the fact that an interference would have made more sense to protect her in this new persona. Yeah. But she just lost. So, I mean, she didn't get picked.
It could have been the same as Gunther. It could have been affected in the same way that Gunther.
Yeah, Maxine comes out, smashes her.
By the way, one thing we didn't mention when we were talking about the Gunther match was also the way he was put down was with a ring bell.
Yes. Yeah. That's a weird thing with him and Ray Phoenix. I don't know. No, Dragon Lee. Sorry, Dragon Lee.
Yeah, but he's avenging AJ, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but is it a feud that we really care about?
No, but it's another fly for him to swat, isn't it?
But Dom, again, why is Dom hiding the hammer? It's a triple threat, bro. You can just bring it out and smash him.
Because he wants to sneak it. He wants to sneak it in, doesn't he?
Because he's dirty, Dom.
But also, I think he doesn't want to get caught using it by whoever he's going to use it on.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I derailed this again. Can we?
That's what Alex does. Just to go back to the comments, Chris said Dom should definitely win a championship. Hello, Steve, for joining us again. And Chris, I like Becky. I think she's being a Seth type gimmick. Yeah, she probably had learned from the husband a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. So what are we going to talk about? Let's talk about the WWE Women's Championship. We had Jade Cargill versus Jordynne Grace on SmackDown. I thought Jordynne Grace came across really well. I think it helped her being in Texas, being from there, with a bit of a home crowd support. Yeah, and I thought she did really well, and I thought she made Jade look fairly weak. And Jade kind of just snuck a win here, to be honest. Jade hasn't impressed me at all. They did. Big heavyweight battle. Yeah. But yeah, I thought Jordynne came across really well.
Girl
Jade
slapping girl meat.
Oh.
That doesn't work quite as well, does it?
You know what? Maybe if we heard Biggie say it, maybe it might feel different.
Yeah, maybe. So thoughts on this match, Lee?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. This is one of my good parts of the wrestling this week. I've followed Jordynne for a long time. I've enjoyed Jordynne when she was on the independent scene and then in TNA. Massive fan of her. And to be honest, I'm a big fan of Jade Cargill as well. So putting those two together, I was like, yay, simping. I like the way Jordynne looks strong. Jade pinned clean. They can run that back later down the line.
Okay.
A one-handed, what's her move called? Jaded. A one-handed Jaded as well. But yeah, that I like that. That was a big, impressive, proper heavyweight battle.
Yeah. Any more thoughts on this?
I feel like the it was perfectly done, but I wish the ending had a very slight bit of controversy to it because I want them to run it back.
Yeah,
So something like your foot under the rope or something, the
a little
referee doesn't
distraction from
see,
Liv because
A
obviously Liv
grab of
was
the
dying.
tights or something
you
like
know,
that.
just something to say, something to mar the win. Because when you have a match that is like clearly this is the match you're gonna need to run back. I like it when you're saying that the first time this person won, it wasn't as clean as it should have been, and then it's always that kind of like there's a cloud hanging over that victory because you won, but you didn't win.
Yeah.
See, for me, it was like that's the type of match where all it takes is one of them to hit their big move, and Jade just got her big move in first.
So
Yeah.
And it's like okay, you got me. 1-0. Let's go. Let's go again. What was it? I almost had you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Right. Steve has said Sol Ruka for the chamber. I'd agree. I think if you got Siobhan Evans in the men, Sol Ruka in the women's chamber, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. Have you seen her doing the Celtic Warrior workout with Amos? And she does the handstand shoulder taps.
She's
the most
incredible.
insane thing I've ever seen.
She is
For those who haven't seen it, she does a handstand. And when you do a press up and you do shoulder taps when you do a press up. She did that while doing a handstand.
Yeah.
And all you heard was Seamus making noises in the background, not quite understanding what he was seeing.
Oh my god. Steve's like, you need a person to fly about. Yeah, exactly. Steve was like, you need a person to fly about 100%. Right. What are we going to talk about now? Let's talk about Liv Morgan. We just mentioned her there. She was ringside, obviously, at Jade Cargill's match with Stephanie Vaquer. She's, playing up at the moment. She's a Royal Rumble winner. She hasn't made her decision. And she had a lovely Valentine's meal with Dom bringing out the Dom with some chicken nuggets. Pure class. Very well done, Dom. And she sat down with Michael Cole on Raw to discuss who she's going to be facing at WrestleMania. But she was interrupted by Stephanie Vaquer. And this is what Stephanie had to say. So I don't know if you guys have seen the translation. But I'm going to tell you kind of what was said, not necessarily word for word.
Before you tell us what
Go
was
ahead.
said, before you tell us what was said, I was really peed off by this.
Oh,
and this is the problem, because it's like I'm sitting there watching it live, and I've now got to go back and watch a thing that gives a translation of it. And
no, but do you know what the problem with that is? Sorry, do you know what the problem with that is?
Go for it.
The problem with that is there should have been a mic just behind Dom, where Dom
to
is
pick up, because he was
translating.
he was kind of translating.
That's all that was needed. Because if you're already gonna have the thing of he's there translating it, just stick a mic behind him.
Yeah, I agree.
Pre-recorded
What she said.
But it's a pre-recorded segment. Put
Actually, it wasn't.
titles on.
It was live. So because she said something in the speech, which she then went out on Instagram later to apologize for, and I'll cover that at the end. And she said because it was a live segment. So actually, that segment was done live.
Oh.
So yeah, which is interesting.
Oh, because Michael Cole had said. I thought Michael Cole had said that he interviewed her earlier, and it was interested to hear her response.
Yeah, well, it's very strange. So, but I mean, that's her take on it. Maybe she's just watched it back and realized that she didn't quite mean what it is.
Right.
But
Sorry.
that's what she said.
Let's hear the translation.
But so she said, because obviously Liv was talking about how that she'd been grinding for 10 years and, putting in the hard work. So Stephanie said, did you say 10 years of hard work? That's bullshit. You've sacrificed nothing. Everything has been given to you by WWE. Your career started here. You were given the best training, the best medical, and you've had everything. You want to talk about sacrifice? I was born in Chile, where wrestling didn't exist. And now I have traveled all over the world to Japan, Mexico, Latin America, and Europe. I've conquered everything. You should be embarrassed to hide behind the Judgment Day. And it's sad because you need to hide behind a man, your boyfriend. I'm going to tell you something. I went through hell and made it mine. Everything I did was to get to WWE and become champion. This championship for me is more than just a title. It's for all the girls and all the women that have never had the opportunity to overcome. Liv, if you pick me, you won't win because I'm going to teach you what a real champion is. Bravo.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is a really strong promo. And I don't think I appreciated it as much last week because Dom wasn't properly translating. But this time I just let the moment happen. if you know what I mean. I wasn't focusing on that and just watching her delivery, and she delivered it really well with a lot of passion. And then, I went and found they actually released it during the show on their socials with the translation very quickly. But I watched it after the show. So I think, they covered that fairly well. But I do like the fact when these superstars are able to speak in their native language and really deliver promos that they can. Because again, when English isn't your first language, it's difficult, and especially on live TV when, mics are in your face. So yeah, I'm much more on board this now. And if Liv and Steph was to happen, I'm much more into it now than I was last week. I don't think I appreciate it just as much. Steve in the chat said the Steph clip was mega. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a really good segment. So any more thoughts on that segment, gentlemen?
It was real. It was real.
Totally.
And that's why we love it. That was Stephanie Vicaire, the wrestler, Stephanie Vicaire, the person. It speaks to everyone out there that's probably gone through some stuff, hard times. I loved it.
Maybe I need to learn Spanish.
Yeah, I'm learning it.
It wouldn't be bad to have, actually. Neil, what were your thoughts?
I liked it. I think everything you said is right, where you just let someone, if English isn't your first language, just let them run it in their native tongue, right? You can translate it, you can have it done later. Some of Nakamura's best promos were when he was just talking in his native tongue, native Japanese, just talking, and then they just translated at the end. It just worked lovely. Just do that. And my only thing that I want, but this is a personal thing, is I want there to be a moment where I don't care if it's Stephanie or if it's someone else who English isn't their first language, someone just be speaking and someone else is translating it, and they just say something, and then the person, whoever's translating, hypothetically will say it's Stephanie. She's just talking. Dom is translating. Stephanie said something, and Dom's like, I'm not translating that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what happened last week, right? Because there's some things he's like, no, I'm not going to say it. But yeah, no, that's, no, I really like that. I really like that segment.
We don't have to let English dominate promos. Oscar is a fantastic example of someone that can deliver a promo in a native language, and we know what she's saying.
Oscar and Io Sky, when they had that promo against each other, said they were both going nuts in Japanese. The fact that it was like, I think it was Tokyo and Osaka, and they were just bumping heads, talking about stuff that doesn't mean anything to a North American audience. And then when they translated it and they said, look, this is what she said, this is what she said, this is why it meant so much, this is why she started going crazy. And you're like, ooh, this is getting good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, let's talk about the Vision. So they hijacked the opening on Raw, and LA Knight came out. Well, obviously Logan Paul first started talking about the fact that he sold his Pokemon card for $16 million.
Usos came out first.
Yeah, Usos came out first. And Vision came out, Hijack kind of took over, and but then LA Knight came out, and we ended up with a 6-man tag match. So we had the Usos and LA Knight versus Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed. Match was finished, and the Vision won clean, which I thought was really good. I think we needed that for this team to bring them back up. So I'm glad that the interference from the Masked Man didn't have an impact in the result. It was good that it happened after the fact. So the Masked Man returns. How many more do we have of this before we get really sick of it?
I'm sick of it now, but I have something made me think about who could possibly be under that mask, and I was like, I'm willing to let that play out.
So who's your thoughts now then, Neil? Because we covered a lot of it last week in the show.
Grayson Waller.
I've heard that rumor.
I've heard that rumor. The only reason that it went through my mind is because I thought Grayson Waller, Austin Theory were a tag team. Then they weren't. Then the one was gone. And I'm just like...
But why would he tag Bron Breakker first?
He's just working his way through. And it will be that moment where he does attack Austin Theory. And that's when the mask comes off.
So my question now is, if the mask comes off and it is Grayson Waller, who would care? Right?
Absolutely agree.
I mean, that is one of the most valid questions I've ever has ever been directed to me in my soon to be 42 years of life. But I pose this question to you: who could it be that you would care about? If we're saying it's not Seth Rollins, who could it be that's not, because it can't be somebody like that we know and love. So it has to be someone else. Right?
Not Steve in
Probably be.
the comments. Neil.exe has stopped working.
Just a little dinosaur on the screen. And
It's not often Neil gets stumped, but that was perfect.
Yeah.
Absolute
But, like,
poetry.
who else? Who could it possibly be?
But it's funny because obviously I've heard it's not Biggie. I've heard the rumors about Grayson Waller, and then when I saw the Masked Man today, I was like, he fits the profile.
Yeah.
He's the only person I can think of in the company at the moment who fits that profile, as in that figure of a person.
we haven't seen him much with the New Day because the New Day haven't been on TV for a while, right? So we haven't actually seen much of him.
But I'm 100% with Ken, which was who would care.
I mean, we kind of just got away with it with Austin Theory. Do you know, when it was revealed to be him and he's joined the Vision. Okay, because we know what the company thought of him at one point to be the next big thing, and now he's getting this push with Heyman and being a Heyman guy. That makes sense. Grayson Waller can't have a program with any of these guys that anyone would care about. So it has to be an individual that's leading to a match or a feud or a collaboration with someone like LA Knight or something like that. Lee, you thought you had some suggestions. Go on.
I am more convinced now. I still think it's going to be Pat McAfee. I think it's going to lead to something with a tag team with LA Knight against Theory and Bronson Reed or Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
There's the way
Again,
Paul
who would care?
I'm with Chris in the chat, which is I think they're going to drag it out until Seth Rollins is fit, and it's Seth.
Yeah.
I think that's the most WWE answer. Yeah. I think Pat would have the crowd behind him, certainly more than Waller would.
Yeah.
People would.
But it's obviously not Pat that's doing it week in, week out, because the
Doesn't matter.
guy attacking him is no way, shape, or form the same body type.
Do you not think?
No, absolutely not.
I'm not convinced he's the same person.
He is.
But they did switch the Grande Americanos and no one noticed.
Everyone noticed.
What do you mean it went from a 5'8" dude to a 6'3" German dude? What do you mean?
I would have a problem if it's Seth because that's not Seth. Do you know what I mean? Seth is all about my face, my show, my bravado. It's like he wouldn't hide behind a mask. Or if he did, he would just reveal first time.
But
exactly that. So I wouldn't like even if it was him. And that's the trouble. I don't know who else I'd want it to be. You know,
Do you know who I
unless it's something really surprising, like someone from TNA, like Jeff Hardy or something ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I don't see. I mean, what if it was Chris Jericho? What if it was a Jericho that they're having this person behind the mask?
he's in a box.
He's in the box, opening up.
He's in a box.
Do you know what the thing is? I think there's a hope, and it's just my hope. I hope we're looking at it wrong. I hope we're looking at it for the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's mindset is whoever is attacking the Vision is doing it because they're aligned with Seth.
I don't think so. I think
I'm hoping on a genuine, brilliant
it's either Seth Rollins or someone who's aligning themselves with Seth Rollins simply because they don't like the Vision.
Maybe somebody with a grudge against Heyman.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is what if Brock Lesnar is doing it has the
Roman Ray
Heyman? No, because think about it, right? How many Paul Heyman guys have there been? I mean, the person who'd be absolutely lovely is never bad. But if it was Cesaro,
it's Curtis Axel.
If he was done,
could it be? I mean, I don't.
It's not Cesaro because Cesaro is one. He's way taller than any of the people who they've had do it, and secondly, the moveset. Cesaro is not pulling off the stomp and that freaking.
I think Cesaro could pull off.
Cesaro
could pull off anything you tell him to do. He could do the OG cutter better than Javon Evans. Yeah.
I don't know. Steve says he's going out on a women's page. I mean, that would just blow our minds. That'd be. I would take that. I would take that. Allow all the silliness everywhere.
Like,
Exactly that.
let it be Paige, and then she's just like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, I know you leaked the footage."
It's The Rock winning his match at WrestleMania.
I mean, let's think about people who aren't currently in the company. Is there anybody who's not in the company? This is Neil's forte, but is there anybody who's like leaving AEW or leaving or sort of around TNA who would be a big draw and could be a big, oh my god, star they've come? Because I'm banking on that. Is it somebody new?
Like you've never seen in WWE before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or returning to WWE.
Jericho.
That's the only thought I can think, because I think
The box.
did they exactly? But
It's
did they
such
drag
Jericho? So he's definitely in the box. It's got to be Jericho in the box.
that'd be quite something. That'd be really something. Okay, let's talk about the box. What's in the box?
I've told you it's Chris Jericho.
Okay, other than Chris Jericho, who is in the box?
Fozzy.
Whoever's in the box,
I mean, it can't be in a person because no one's sitting in a box for another week, right?
no, it's definitely a person.
David Blaine.
Yeah, it's that his new publicity stunt. Yeah, it's to promote a new show on Netflix or something.
I mean,
That would not surprise me if that was a gobbledygooker box.
Yeah.
And
God,
just
fucking gobbledygooker.
and it's just like something for Netflix. It's Ronda Rousey.
It's Ronda Rousey
kind of-
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing. I mean, they've got to ship it. They've got to ship it to get. It's a WWE
It's a
thing.
very WWE thing.
It is,
And I'm quite excited by it because I don't.
I love the fact that Pierce just looked at it and it was like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Eli." Eli, put it back on a truck, drive it to SmackDown. I'm not.
Make it be Nick's problem.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with it.
How does HR handle that, Lee?
I missed that. I was Googling the Fuzzy tour. Gum.
Who's gonna be?
With Adam Pearce sending the box off to Nick Aldis, and just make it be his problem. How does HR deal with that issue?
Oh, that is, that's performance related. That's Sleepy Shoulders. I'd get him on a management course straight away.
That's hashtag not my job, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's going to turn up on SmackDown, then it'll turn up on Raw again next week. It'll bounce back and forth until it turns up at the Chamber. So out comes Ric Flair in wax. Set Steve in the chat.
Ozzy's last gig is the 21st of February
Yeah, see?
Where is it?
in Wolverhampton.
Right.
And then
good old Wolverhampton.
And then there's nothing till May. So
Stone
May,
Cold.
yeah.
Chris says it's Stone Cold. There could be talk of being at WrestleMania. Who's in the Chamber? We have Randy, Javon Evans, and
Cody and LA Knight.
Cody and LA Knight. Yeah, 2 more to go.
So 2 more to go, which is going to be who the other 2 matches? Do you know the other 2 matches yet?
Yeah, they announced it for next week. One is going to be Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso versus, I cannot remember who the third person was.
Bronson's going to win that, though, isn't he?
But I think
El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano, original El Grande
Yeah.
Americano. Yeah, it's probably going to be Jay though, right?
God,
No, it's going to be Bronson. They've got to have someone from the Vision in that match.
No, I think that's the whole point. Every person from the Vision's not going to qualify. I think that'll be the point.
Oh, but I want Bronson to tsunami somebody from a pod.
No, I don't. I like the fact that wrestlers live at the end of a match. If I'm right.
I like that idea, Kenan.
Listen, what happened the last time he tried to do a tsunami from a great height?
Broke his ankle.
Exactly. He broke them both.
Right? Was up on top of a cage, though. Oh, yeah, I guess it's.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I
I mean, I would love to see him run through someone and him and that person go through a pod.
yeah.
But like Rosen Reed, if it's higher than the top rope, no, sir.
I think Brock's going to show up at Elimination Chamber in some form. I think that's.
Or maybe he'll get put in a little.
Maybe he's in the box.
Maybe he's. I think. But are they going to put? Is he definitely not in any of the matches?
Not mentioned
Oh,
any
he's
of
not
the
going to
protocols
perform.
yet, no.
He's not going to perform on a
He's not going to come on a weekly show to do a match.
weekly show.
Please.
No, there's a way around that. There's a way around that.
He kills somebody on the way to the ring, like he's done before.
In? Oh, what you mean when he fucking hung Sammy upside down like he was a Predator trophy?
Yeah.
Right?
What happened to Bobby Lashley that one year when he was supposed to be going?
He was legitimately injured.
He was going to win, wasn't he?
Yeah, because the injury happened literally like just before the match. They put him in the match and they were like, okay, we'll have you have a fake injury during the match that puts you out of it. Okay. But I think we're saying that. So who from the division has gone up for the chamber and been eliminated because they didn't win?
Only
Theory.
Has Logan had a match?
I don't think Logan's had a qualifier.
Logan's had a bunch of. They're not going to let Logan lose matches, which is a pain in the ass. I think he's the perfect person to take.
No, I think they will. He can lose a match because he is screwed out of winning that match.
Yeah. And that's the whole point of all these
Yeah,
triple threats. Anything
he
can
doesn't
happen.
have to lose. Yeah, he doesn't have to lose clean. He can just be put out of the match. And I think what might happen will be like maybe next week on Raw, or actually this week on SmackDown, it'll be like someone qualifier Bronson Reed gets taken by the Masked Man, so he's not in it. Then the following week, or on SmackDown rather, whoever's left, so I guess it'll be Logan Paul, winds up in a match, doesn't win because they are screwed by the Masked Man, and maybe then Heyman's like, well, I've just spoken to someone, oh, Nick Aldis, you have to take this call, and it will be like the same thing, and then suddenly the person who winds up in the chamber is Brock Lesnar.
I wonder. We still haven't found out who the call was, have we? Who Paul Heyman got to talk?
No, so
got to
no.
talk to.
Oh no, exactly. Because he mentioned again, he's been going up to higher ups. So just to come back to the chamber. So we've got 2 more matches left for 2 more places. So one is Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams. So I'm hoping Trick wins that.
That'd be a good.
Even on Real, they were chanting him.
And Mello and Trick because they have history.
Yeah. And then you got Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, and Original El Grande Americano. So Trick Williams, and it's either going to be Bronson or Jay. I mean, I know Priest. I know they push Priest, but I'm really hoping they put the foot down and just send Trick to the chamber. If Yvonne Evans is there, he should be in there.
Trick has so much momentum at the moment. But again, how much that's going to be an amazing match, especially because Melo's in it. What's the US champion doing in that match? He doesn't need to be in that match.
But the going on that. True, but the difference between him and every other champion is he
defends every week.
Usually defends his title every week.
It's true,
right?
No, but that's the thing. He's got so much more else to do.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be doing side quests.
You do get double champions. I understand them being.
Seth Rollins was one of the top. Seth Rollins was one of the only double champions where he was the world champion and the mid card champion and was serviceable as both at the same time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Didn't Michaels do that as well once?
There's been a few
double
champions.
He was
European champ, wasn't
he? He was European champ and world champ, but he gave the European champ to Triple H.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
It's such a Shawn Michaels thing to do, isn't it? I don't want to. You have
right. So the last couple of spots for the women's. So next week we have Charlotte Flair, Kiana James, and Nia Jax. Expecting Charlotte for that, but it should be a good match. And then we will have Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez. Now that's interesting because Io Sky and Raquel, you can argue both of them could be in there. So that's going
Liv's going to try and help and cost Raquel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Right, we've got lots of other stuff to get through, so let's talk about Judgment Day. Obviously, JD McDonough came back to assist Finn Balor with Dom to have this face-off with...
Balor came out to his proper music.
He did, which I like. But again, nothing really happened with that promo.
No, but this is the psychological thing again, because then afterwards you had the promo
in the backstage
going,
why are you letting
Punk get in your head?
Mm-hmm.
You know, You know, it would let us help you.
Yeah,
You know,
Judgment Day are going to cost him 100%. Yeah,
but it's going to be a banger.
Isn't this the same way that Damian Priest wound up getting?
yeah,
Mm.
pretty much exactly that.
I still think I'm the only person that doesn't want the Judgment Day to break up.
Yeah.
I really like the.
I don't want him to break up. I just want a little shake up. I want Finn Balor out of Judgment Day because I want to see Finn Balor as World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen.
Maybe, I want to see. I want. It's just want him there.
I was going to say it's pretty old,
Can
but
be returns.
I just
That's true.
don't think that's the direction.
And
Because
say that you're right. You say that, but
because Roman's going to win at Mania.
yeah,
Roman's going to win at Mania. Finn's not going to beat.
no,
Finn's not going to
Roman
beat
probably
Roman.
won't win at Mania.
You don't think?
I don't think Roman's going to win at Mania.
I think
No.
Punk is their golden boy at the
Punk's
moment.
going to win. I think there is a strong possibility that, put it this way, if that match is the end of night one, Punk is winning.
It's not. It's going to be the main event.
Positively.
It's going to be the absolute main event.
If it's the complete final Sunday night main event, there is still a probability Punk will win. I just think that Punk will win via someone's interference against Roman.
Yeah, I mean, the WWE Championship always tends to close the show, but because of who's involved in here, we'll have to see what happens. Just moving over to the chat. So Steve said, have you not seen the rumor that they want to give Bo the Fiend character? I have not seen this. What are your thoughts?
That retire the Fiend. Yeah.
Agreed. I think
I
we'd all be
respect.
agreed on that. Yeah. Chris says, I'm going to get...
the Fiend. What are you going to turn the rest of the people into?
Yeah, exactly. Chris, I'm going to get burned by all of you. I'm not a fan of Trick Williams. Oh dear, Chris.
Get out,
How
Chris.
dare you insult my lemon pepper steppers?
That's a HR sanction.
Yeah.
Steve, Moonhead Boy. Yes, JD Madonna. Right, what else are we going to go? So we also had a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental title. We had Penta versus El Grande Americano. So Rayo and Bravo were attempting to interfere, and then the original one appeared from underneath the ring. And we got a brilliant springboard Mexican destroyer by Penta onto El Grande and claim the win. And yeah, I thought it was a really good match. It was interesting though, but the original El Grande was it me or receiving quite a few boos from the crowd?
Yep.
Right.
Apparently, he got booed in Mexico as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people like the new version.
Yes, they do. Which is why I think he should have unmasked in the Rumble. He should have eliminated him and then unmasked in the Rumble and then go on the run that we all want Chad Gable to go and have.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Penta is an Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. Steve in the chat says, I love how Paul and Adam keep saying FAFO. Yeah, I agree. Do you guys know what it stands for?
I do. Fuck about and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. Yeah. Yeah. Right. What else have we got? Chris, there are too many big stars coming up, as well as the ones already here. I just can't see Finn winning a title over all of them. Yeah, I think it's a timing issue. He may just have it 2 or 3 months. He can have a championship run for like 2 or 3 months and hand it over. That's not a problem. Like Damian Priest, he wasn't champion for long, had a few matches and then moved on. There's no reason they can't do that. AGD we've already spoke about. So Trick Williams, we mentioned, defeated Ray Phoenix in the match. You know, he looked really good there. So again, moving forward, Ray Phoenix, they don't seem to know what to do with on SmackDown at the moment. And the WWE Women's Tag Champions, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they've fought the Irresistible Forces into a no contest. And the MFTs defeated Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Shinsuke Nakamura, Apollo Crews, and Matt Cardona. Apollo Crews getting some ring time. Didn't know that on my bingo card for this year.
That was
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, we haven't really mentioned SmackDown much, but yeah, seeing Apollo Crews just randomly pop up, chilling and chatting with Matt Cardona was a bit weird. But hey, I'm happy to have him back. Another incredible athlete. You know, I think it's a shame they cut his gimmick short of him being the what was his gimmick?
Nigerian
The Nigerian prince. I really liked that. I thought that was really good. And he had that big dude as his bodyguard. I thought that was great. And he pulled it off really, really well. But again, he just vanished.
I'll be honest, I'm glad it ended when it did because
yeah,
Obafemi is Nigerian.
There's a new Nigerian king.
It'd have been Black Panther all over again.
Yeah. But I don't want to see. Everybody in WWE, you need to avoid making Obafemi know you exist.
Well, aren't we about to get
Wilson.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to have a match between them, possibly next week. So that's going to be
It's
interesting.
not going to be a match. It's going to be a massacre.
Yeah, it's like
And we're going to laugh all the way through it.
Kid Wilson's going to become Kenny, like on South Park, just get murdered every week. Wait, by Femi.
Oh my God, they killed Kit.
there is going to be a match though, isn't there? Do you not the Obafemi Rusev little?
Yes, that was a nice little tease.
Did you also see what T-shirt he was wearing?
Was it
Rusev
Rusev Day?
He was wearing a Rusev Day T-shirt.
I'm all aboard for that. All aboard.
Give me it. Give me it.
I miss
Yeah.
Rusev Day. Apart from, I don't think Alex, what's his name?
Aiden English.
I don't think Aiden English can come back, can he? I'm pretty certain he got cancelled.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I mean, Lana has been rumored to be coming back, but I know she's going through like IVF stuff at the moment with Rusev, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Well,
I find her annoying.
How do you?
I was never massively bothered by her. I found her rather irritating.
I was
Do you know what it is?
I was bothered by her a lot.
It's catching people at the wrong moment. That's what it is. If you caught her when she was putting on the fake Russian accent and she was like his manager just doing that, then you'd be like, I'm.
Do you not remember the last storyline she was in?
I remember the last storyline
With Bobby Lashley.
Debbie Lashley. Yeah, and
That's in the moment that Liv Morgan coming down to the ring lives rent free in my mind.
Mhm.
Don't remember that bit.
Never
Yeah,
explained
no,
that, did they?
go check that out. Yeah, because they were supposed to be in a relationship. So
Mm.
yeah, go check that out. So apparently I've been freezing most of this episode with my camera, which I didn't know. So apparently I've been giving some quite facial expressions. So I'm gonna have to try and keep a very
As he says it.
really.
I thought it was just my screen, so I didn't say anything.
Normally I can see like
Every
when I have
week
problems.
though. It's every week.
Really?
I thought you knew about it.
No.
I should probably tell you these things, shouldn't I?
Do you not watch these back once you do them?
I don't edit as much as I used to, and sometimes the thing is, previously I've been seeing when I froze on camera, so I can see okay I've frozen, and I know it's frustrating for me. But the last few weeks when we got live, I haven't seen anything on my camera to show that I've been freezing, so I was really unaware of it. So I was just like posting it, and what can I do once it's done is done. But I don't know what else I can do. I'm hardwired into a 1.3 gig connection. I've got a brand new Mac. I don't know what else I could do to stop this buffering. It's like, I don't know.
Buy a more brand new Mac with a better.
I might have to try a different streaming service, a live service. Maybe it's just StreamYard. Maybe it just can't do it. Right. So I don't have anything else to cover. I was going to keep it nice and trim this week. We've just gone over the hour mark because we've been talking about pancakes and buffering. So is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Anybody else in the chat that you want to have a talk about? Hit me.
I did make some notes. So you guys make some small talk while I try and find my notes. I did make some.
Oh, he did.
I don't
All right.
know if any of them are relevant, but I did make some notes. Potential Solo going for the IC title because he had a whole conversation. There was a whole thing on SmackDown between him and Dragunov.
The US.
US Championship.
Sorry, I meant
Yes.
mid-card title because there was a 10-man tag match, wasn't there? On
Yeah.
SmackDown?
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah, MFTs and versus everybody else. Like
Oh,
Apollo
was that when I went
Crews,
downstairs? That
Shinsuke.
might be when I went downstairs.
No, because I mentioned about Apollo Crews getting scripted like match time.
Oh, okay.
So,
zoned
yeah.
out then. It must have been when you froze and I just wasn't there.
That's a bit of a phrase, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that would be great for the MFTs if they want to push that. And
Tama pinned Mello. So that is potential for Mello to go for the Tama to go for the US title. They seem to be being on a bit of a Tama push at the moment.
that's right, because he beat Shinsuke last week, and then he got the pin this week. That's right, yeah.
It's in a team like that where Solo's the leader, you'd be expecting Solo to pick up those wins, but they're giving them to Tama.
I mean, maybe that's them booting him out. Maybe they'll boot Solo out because he's not the strongest character in there, really. Do you know what I mean? So
but I think he's brilliant.
Oh,
I
he's
love
awesome.
Solo.
He is brilliant.
Awesome.
I think so.
His stuff on the live shows is brilliant. Whenever you see fan footage taken from around the way he interacts with them, he is so good. Yeah, I've got loads of time for Solo. I think he's great.
Yeah, I love it when they were like, "Hey, Solo, you suck. Hey, shut up."
Yeah, I love it. He mimics people as well. Yeah, no, he's a really great character. Right. Anything else, boys?
No, I think we're good. When is Chamber? Week Saturday.
Yeah, so week on Saturday. So we've got one more SmackDown. Well, we've got SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown, and then it's the Chamber. So yeah, we'll do a live stream. I'm going to do a live stream again for the Chamber. So if you guys want to join me, that'd be fantastic. I don't know if we'll get the heights of the Royal Rumble, but I'm going to see if there's another service I can use to try and ensure that it is showing. Like I couldn't with the Rumble, but we'll see what happens with that. But then I can't do it on YouTube, so I might not. I might just have to keep it reactions, keep it clean.
I'd love to join you, buddy, but I will be reliving my youth dancing to Chesney Hawks.
Amazing.
So what happens when you're a newly single guy?
Yeah,
He's out in the crowd, disturbing the women of West England.
Yeah, but that's like 4 minutes. So what are you gonna do for the rest of the time? He's only got one song, right?
play the one and only.
The repeat button.
Chris, I'll be watching you live at the Chamber. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you very much. HR going to HR people.
Lee, you need a T-shirt that says "Eat, Sleep, Chesney, Repeat."
Does HR have HR for HR?
Oh no, we get away with murder. No.
Watches the Watchmen.
Yeah.
They're like the police. They go unpoliced. Yeah. Right, gents, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much, everybody in the chat. Chris and Steve, thank you very much for getting involved. We had a few people over on Instagram joining us. Sounds on Wrestling, Nick and Rax, appreciate you being there. Very quiet over on TikTok. But yeah, look, guys, thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe. And again, if you're buying any WWE merchandise, make sure you're using the referral link. It's in the description of the video. So yeah, anything you're buying from WWE, use that. I'm getting more and more emails now about exclusive offers as well, so I will post them when available, and you get additional free shipping and extra discounts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And that's it. So thank you very much, gents. Thank you everybody for watching, listening, and we'll see you next week.
Wait, no.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm doing something. I want to make sure it happens. Oh no.
This is live TV, people.
You good.
All right, again, I will say goodbye.
Yeah, we're going. That's brilliant.
Cheers.
Awesome.